know why we do what we do in serving you the best of broadcasting at Diamond 88.7 FM.
Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. And you're worth it. You know you're worth it.
Yes, you're worth it. We'll go the whole mile for you. Diamond 88.7 FM. We've got you.
Looking for a reliable, up-to-date source of credible news at all time? Your shining Supreme station is the answer. Stay tuned for the news on the hour by 1 p.m. every day on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. Shining Supreme. You can only get timely, credible, and reliable news on your shining Supreme station. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News on the Hour.
In the headlines, NNPCL increases fuel price. Kachiko accuses Mark of hijacking ADC 6 rejig. Lagos APC governorship aspirant denies endorsing Amzat, threatens lawsuit. Bridge collapse halts vehicular movement in Kwara. On the foreign scene, Pakistan opens up road trade routes into Iran amid Hormuz blockade. In sports news, Toni Kroos set for Real Madrid return. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us in Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is the news on the hour. I am Bisola Oduwole Sulieman. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
Any opportunity in this country, I don't lose hope. Oh my God, jackpot.
Leaving the country may not be the solution that you think it is. Don't make leaving Nigeria the only solution to your life's challenges. Japa because you want to, but stop raising it as a solution to national issues that you can work on and fix. Nigeria will always be your home, and together we can make it better.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back from that break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has increased the premium motor spirit price following Dangote Refinery's increase in its gantry price. According to market survey by newsmen on Thursday, NNPC outlets in Abuja and its environs have adjusted their petrol pump price from 1,295 naira to 1,364 naira per litre, an increase of 69 naira per litre. The latest fuel prices have been implemented at NNPC filling stations in Gwarimpa Kubwa Expressway, Wuse Zone 6 and Zone 4 in Abuja. Recall that on Wednesday, Dangote Refinery increased its fuel gantry price by 75 naira to 1,275 naira per litre from 1,200 naira due to a hike in crude oil price to above 115 naira, $15 per litre or per barrel. The NNPC Gas Infrastructure Company, NGIC, a wholly owned subsidiary of NNPC Limited, on Thursday said it has completed the River Niger crossing of the 130-kilometer Obiafo-Bricom-Oben OB3 gas pipeline, marking a major milestone in the expansion of Nigeria's national gas transmission network. A statement by the company's Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Andy O'Day, noted that the successful crossing unlocks the full potential of the OB3 pipeline, a strategic infrastructure designed to transport up to 2 billion standard cubic feet of gas per day. Commending the achievement, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Engineer Bashir Bayo Julari, described the milestone as a testament to disciplined execution and technical excellence. Moving on, the Supreme Court is set to deliver a make or mar verdict in the appeal surrounding the leadership tussles in both the African Democratic Congress ADC and the People's Democratic Party PDP. The judgment will be delivered on Thursday, 9 days after the 5-member panel of justices of the Apex Court reserved their verdict in the appeals surrounding the authentic leadership of the two opposition parties. Recall that the Abuja division of the Federal High Court again issued an order restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from recognizing or participating in state congresses of the ADC not conducted by their executives. Meanwhile, the 2023 presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress ADC, Dumebi Kachiku, has stated that former Senate President David Mark and his allies seized control of the party by pushing out existing executives and replacing them with loyalists through illegally constituted committees. Kachiku made the allegation on national television on Thursday, a day after Federal High Court in Abuja restrained the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from recognizing congresses organized by the Mark-led faction and barred the former Senate President and other prominent figures in the party from interfering with the functions and tenure of elected state executives. While speaking, Kachiku said the party's constitution gives state chairmen the power to conduct congresses and conventions, making the Marx faction committees an illegal override of that structure. A Lagos State governorship aspirant, Samuel Ajose, has dismissed a circulating press release claiming he endorsed the deputy governor, Obafemi Hamzat, as the Lagos State governorship candidate of the party. In a post via his verified X handle on Thursday, Ajose described the circulated press release as false and unauthorized, stressing that his support of the decisions of the state's Governance Advisory Council did not originate from him or his campaign organization. The APC chieftain therefore described the publication as misleading and malicious and called on the public and media organizations to disregard the statement and avoid further circulation. Moving down to Kwara State, vehicular movement has been severely disrupted along the Ilorin-Igbeti Federal Highway in Asa local government area of Kwara State following the collapse of the Moro Bridge, prompting swift intervention from the state government. The bridge reportedly caved in around 5 a.m. on Thursday under the weight of a heavy-duty truck, cutting off a critical transport link and leaving many commuters stranded. Motorists and other road users lamented the development, describing it as a major setback that has disrupted commercial activities, delayed the movement of goods and services, and increased transportation costs. Reacting in a statement issued through the press secretary of the ministry, the Commissioner for Works, Engineer Abdukawi Olododo, announced an immediate traffic diversion to cushion the effects of the incident, urging motorists to exercise caution while navigating alternative routes to minimize inconvenience and prevent further incidents. And lastly, on the local scene, the Senate on Tuesday took a major step towards strengthening Nigeria's food system, receiving committee reports on 3 key bills designed to boost local production and reduce the country's heavy dependence on imports. Presenting the reports at the floor of the Harlow Chamber during plenary, Senator Sulieman Mustafa, who represents Kwara Central and chairs the Senate Committee on Agricultural Production Services and Rural Development, outlined the far-reaching impact of the proposed legislation. The bills under consideration include the National Food Reserve Agency Bill and the mandatory cassava inclusion in flour production bill, both sponsored by Senator Mustafa, as well as the National Rice Council Board bill sponsored by Senator Adamu Aliero, representing Kebbi Central in the National Assembly. Meanwhile, the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barao Jibrin, while presiding over the plenary session commended Senator Mustafa and members of his committee for the efforts put in place to ensure food security in the country. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We take a short time out. When we return, we'll bring you foreign and sports news. In foreign news, Pakistan opens up road trade routes into Iran amid Hormuz blockade. We'll bring you that story and many others after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond887FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back from that break. You're still tuned in and listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. Before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. In foreign news, Pakistan has opened 6 overland transit routes for goods bound for Iran, formalizing a road corridor through its territory as thousands of containers remain stranded at Karachi port due to the United States blockade of Iranian ports of the Strait of Hormuz. The new transit routes would allow goods originating from third countries to be transported through Pakistan and delivered to Iran by road. Meanwhile, the announcement coincided with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi's visit to Islamabad, the Pakistani capital, for talks with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief Asim Munir, the latest in a series of diplomatic engagements as Pakistan seeks to mediate an end to the 2-month war between the U.S. and Iran. Still on the foreign team, United States prosecutors have brought charges against Mexico's Sinaloa State Governor Ruben Rocha Moya and 9 current and former officials, accusing them of links to the Sinaloa drug cartel in a move that could strain relations between the two countries. An indictment revealed on Wednesday in New York alleged that Rocha Moya and 9 others worked with cartel leaders to move large quantities of narcotics into the U.S. in exchange for political support and bribes. According to the indictment, cartel operatives allegedly kidnapped and threatened opposition candidates in the country's 2021 governorship election and stole ballot papers cast for his rival to help secure his victory. And that's it on the foreign scene. In sports news, former Germany midfielder Toni Kroos has been speculated for an emotional return to Real Madrid as he is in talks with the La Liga giants over a new role with key responsibilities. Recall that the 36-year-old played for Real Madrid before he retired at the end of the 2024 European Championship. Since stepping away from the professional game, his focus has been on the Toni Kroos Academy, which opened in September 2024. However, Madrid are reportedly keen for Kroos to join its sporting structure in an advisory role similar to that followed by Zinedine Zidane in November 2010, before eventually becoming head coach of the team. Still in sports news, English football manager Scott Parker has left his position as the head coach of Burnley by mutual consent, following the club's relegation from the Premier League, the club announced on Thursday. While Parker led the club to promotion last year, this season has been a struggle, with just 4 league wins in total. Burnley's relegation fate was confirmed on April 22 from a 1-0 home defeat by Manchester City 2 days after the Wolves were relegated. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the major highlights. NNPCL increases fuel price. Kachiku accuses Mark of hijacking ADC 6 rejig. Lagos APC governorship aspirant denies endorsing Hamzat, threatens lawsuit. Bridge collapse halts vehicular movement in Kwara. On the foreign scene, Pakistan opens up road trade routes into Iran amid Hormuz blockade. And in sports news, Toni Kroos set for Real Madrid return. And those are the major headlines that's brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in the year 1939, Franklin D. Roosevelt became the first U.S. president to appear on television? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 091 606 27526 091 606 27526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world for a comprehensive bulletin. Don't forget to log on to our website www.diamondfm.net to keep up to date with us from any part of the world. Download our app on Google Play Store and iOS Apple Store, Diamond FM. The news on the hour was put together by Nedu Okore. I am Bisola. Oduwole Sulieman. Thank you for listening to your shining Supreme station. Please stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon.
This is Diamond FM, setting the pace, leading the way.